Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Beard and Boarded. My name is Travis Tackett and we're here to talk about the comics that I read this week. The first book I want to talk about today is Curse Words #2, and so far I'm really enjoying this book. The art is fantastic, the story is a little confusing, but I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, so far the main character Wizard is supposed to be coming to our Earth from another dimension to take over, but he decides to work with the humans and help them instead of hurt them. And by the end of the last book, he had to fight another wizard and destroy them, and he's not sure what to do about all, the damage he did in front of all these regular people. So he's dealing it in a kind of a funny way. Yeah, I definitely suggest you pick this book up if you're interested in wizards or you like interdimensional travel stuff. It's a fun book. And I'd probably give this one a 3 out of 5 hipster wizard beards. The next book I want to talk about today is The Flash #17, Rogues Reloaded. And so far, I'm really liking this book. There's a couple things I don't care for, and I'm going to get into that right now. The art is a little crazy. It seems to change from panel to panel, and the character design is a little weird. Captain Cold's got crazy, long, frilly neck things. I'm not too cool about, but the story is where it's at. It's killing it. Captain Cold's created a new cold gun that has black hole technology in it that absorbs the speed force and slows the Flash down even more, and that's a really cool touch. The Flash figures out how to deal with that and then deals with the rest of the rogues, but by the end of the book, Captain Cold still has something up his sleeve, and I think that everyone's going to enjoy what's coming next in The Flash. Overall, I'd probably give this one 4 out of 5 bearded Barry Allens. Well, the next book I want to talk about today is Spider-Gwen #17, Sitting in a Tree Part 4, and I'm really getting tired of the sitting in a tree bullshit because Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen's whole storyline is getting tied up by this going nowhere storyline, and I'm bored with it. On top of that, the art in this book is really bad. The characters' necks look really elongated and their faces just look distorted. And I couldn't recommend you pick up either of these titles, Spider-Man with Miles Morales or Spider-Gwen at this moment. And I'd probably give this one 1 out of 5 Donald Glover Spider-Man with the beards. Next, we have Detective Comics #951, where Batman is trying to figure out where and when the League of Shadows is going to attack next. He's going back and forth to Cassandra Cain's father and asking him what he thinks they're going to do. And he basically says, I could have stopped them a long time ago, but you decided to stop my task force and put me in jail. So, yeah, basically Batman's trying to figure out what's going on with the League of Shadows. Meanwhile, there seems to be some sort of Joker toxin happening in the city, so he goes out there with his crew. Come to find out, it's not a Joker attack, it's the League of Shadows tricking Batman into thinking they're coming to fight just innocent civilians, when in reality it's a bunch of ninjas dressed in street clothes. Yeah, the storyline in this is looking like it's about to be really fun and badass. The art in this book was really fun. As you can see, they did a cool thing where they were fighting a bunch of different penguins, and yeah, really fun read. I'd suggest you pick it up if you're into Batman, and I'd probably give this one 4 out of 5 Bat Beards. The next book I want to talk about today is Infamous Iron Man #5, and I've been really enjoying the Infamous Iron Man storyline, but this book was a little slower for me. The story in this one is Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, the new Iron Man, has found his mom, and as far as he knew, his mom has been dead since he was a young child, so she explains to him, I haven't been around because you're evil, and I didn't support that. Now that you've come out as being good, I'm here to support you and love you. So, Doom is a little confused by this. He doesn't really, it's not sitting well with him. But, the art was really great in this book. I love the style of Victor Von Doom's Iron Man suit, and, yeah, the battle that he has with his mom looks really great. The story is a little slow, but yeah, I'd probably give this one 4 out of 5 Demons in a Bottle. The next book I want to talk about today is Action Comics #974, where Lois Lane is trying to figure out who this imposter Clark Kent is and why he's in Metropolis in the first place. Meanwhile, Superman is at the Fortress of Solitude with Steel and Lana Lang, and Lana Lang is dying. They're trying to figure out a cure or some way to slow down the process. And yeah, the art in this book is really good, and so far the story is really good too. This imposter Clark Kent is really interesting. I can't wait to see what's going on with him. I have a lot of theories that I don't want to get into, but yeah, I'd probably give this one 5 out of 5 Superman beards. Next, we have Hulk number 3, where Jennifer Walters is going back to being a lawyer and trying to grieve the death of her cousin, basically. Not a whole lot happens in this book. They kind of touch with the inhuman tenant that the landlord was trying to kick out, and they're trying to solve what happened to that landlord. Basically, that's all I can say from there. The art is good. The story is a little slow. I'd probably have to give this one 2 out of 5 Maestro Hulks. Next, we have Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 15, where we have Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan looking for Saint Walker, the Lantern of Hope. And meanwhile, he's being attacked by a big tumorous creature with skeletons and things hanging out of it called the Misery Mound. Yeah, that confrontation is really fun. The art and the character design is really great. Meanwhile, on Oa, or on Mogo, I'm not sure where they're at right now, but the Green Lanterns are being led by John Stewart, and he's decided they're going to team up with the Yellow Lanterns. One Green Lantern, one Yellow Lantern per sector, and they're going to team up to protect the galaxy. And all at the same time, Guy Gardner is missing in action, and everyone's looking for him, but he is waiting for Arkillo to show up because he wants to go toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, with no ring, you know, just fisticuffs. And I'm really excited for the next book. Yeah, basically, I'm going to have to give this one 5 out of 5 John Stewarts with a beard. Next, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 24, where we have Ben Reilly, the clone of Spider-Man and the current Jackal, trying to escape the effects of the carrion virus that he caused. He was going to be fine, but Dr. Octopus destroyed the webware that he was wearing that was sending out the frequency that was stopping the carrion virus. On top of that, the real Miles Warren realized that he is the Miles Warren, the true one, because all the other ones broke down and degenerated. So basically from there, I'd like to say the art in this book is pretty good. The story is a little convoluted and confusing, and it seems like this clone conspiracy stuff's never going to end. But I'd probably still say I like this book, and I'd probably give it 3 out of 5 Spider Beards. Last but not least, we have the Kamandi Challenge number 2. And yeah, this book is really cool. I like the interactions between the humanoid animal creatures and Kamandi. It kind of reminds me of Planet of the Apes, where they're like, they don't understand why Kamandi is intelligent and he can talk and read and do all this stuff. At the same time, yeah, the art is really cool. The storyline is interesting because from book to book, it's a different writer and a different artist trying to tell a through-line story, and by the end of each issue, they have to put the Kamandi into a hard-to-escape situation, basically. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where they go from here. This one left you off on a cliffhanger, and they kind of introduced a couple of DC characters that I don't know if are normally in the Kamandi universe. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm going to have to give this one 4 out of 5 beards. Well, that's the end of this week's episode of Beard and Boarded, but that doesn't have to be the end of this week's conversation. If you want to talk about any of the books I read this week, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comments section. Also, if you want to purchase any of the books I read this week, I've left a link in the description below to where you can buy them. And I would love it if you check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those different social medias, and share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Well, I'll see you next week. Thanks for coming. Beard.